Hey guys, today we are going to be discussing some of the best daily money making methods in RuneScape 3. So I will also be placing timestamps listing all the different methods in the description down below, so you can just jump to whichever method you want. Anyway guys, I really hope you do enjoy the video. So jumping right into things with our first method, we have buying vials of water. So this can be done at two different places. One, buying them from Lady Mellern, which is in Prifddinas, and you're going to want to buy the regular vials of water as well as the packs of vials of water. That is where most of your profit is going to be coming from, so these vial of water packs. And so this method technically isn't a daily money making method. You can only buy the packs of vials of water once per week, so do keep that in mind. There is also another shop where you can buy these packs of vials of water, and that is from Poltax, which is in Taverley. So here he will be at his little herblore table, and as you can see, it's right next to the gate going into Taverley, so you shouldn't miss it. And he also does sell the vial of water packs. And so overall, once you finish buying all of these, you should make around 300k profit, which isn't too much, especially over the course of a week, but it does add up, and it certainly doesn't take barely any time at all. Now onto our next method. This one is going to be brief. It is going to be farm runs. So specifically herb farm runs. You can actually make quite a bit of money from these, and they don't take long at all. You can probably get around 500k a day doing farm runs. That is 2 or 3 herb runs per day. And for the herbs, there are many really good herbs that you can actually grow, some of which would include the Fellstock herb, Tortsoul, Dwarfweed, Lanodyme, Cadentine. Also, Bloodweed is a really profitable herb as well, although this one can only be grown in the wilderness. And so this is a really nice daily money-making method. It is pretty simple and can be done at a really low level. So if you guys are more of a low-level player, this is definitely a great method for you. And so next we have buying runes from the Rune Shops. So this method literally doesn't have any requirements except for a few of the Rune Shops. So there are 6 different Rune Shops, and you can buy runes from them every day. And so on screen now is going to be a list of the 6 Rune Shops. So right now we are going to be going to the Mage Arena, which is in the wilderness. And for me, I find the best way to get here is using the lever in Edgeville and then just following this path that you see me taking on screen. And so there is also 5 other Rune Shops. You can go to the one in Varrock, the one in the Yanil Magic Guild. And now the Yanil Magic Guild, this does require level 66 magic to enter. And then of course you also have the Void Knight Outpost, the Port Sarim Rune Shop, and then the Burthorpe Rune Shop. And so as for buying the actual runes, you will want to buy every rune except the Chaos Rune and the Death Rune. These 2 runes are not profitable, so make sure that you do not buy these 2. All the other ones you can buy. And just quickly, I wanted to show you guys where the Void Knight Outpost Rune Shop is. Just head to Port Sarim, travel using the Squire here, and then you'll go to the Void Knight Outpost. Just head to the Rune Shop there, and there you can buy the runes here as well. And again, do not buy the Chaos Runes or the Death Runes. And so next we have Vis Wax. So Vis Wax is a really great daily money making method, and you can do this by going to the Rune Crafting Guild, which requires 50 rune crafting, and then you can head over to the Rune Goldberg machine. If you do have the Rune Crafting Cape, you can actually see the 3rd rune for the 3rd combination in the Vis Wax slot machine. And so as you can see on screen now, I have the Vis Wax combo for this specific day. And I actually obtained this from my Discord server, so I do have a rune bot for Discord. So what this is, it will just simply do commands for you. So if I just type in !viz, then I'll get the Vis Wax combo for that day. And now looking at the exact combination, so as you can see in slot 1, the Mud Runes will give you 30 Vis Wax for the first slot, which is the max amount. And then as you can see, the 3 below it, so Fire will give you 22, and then the other 2 will give you that set amount. Now for slot 3, it will be one of these 3 combinations. So again, just like slot 1, you can look at it that way. As for what I am going to be putting in the actual Rune Goldberg machine, so I'm going to go with fire runes for the first slot to get that 22 Vis Wax, and then I'll try earth runes for the second slot, and I know cosmic runes is for the third slot. So since there was a red face on the second slot, I'm going to switch it for another combination, and as you can see, body runes was actually a really good option. We managed to get 91 Vis Wax. They sell for 7k each, so every time you do this, you should be making around 300 to 5 or 600k. And now moving on to our next method. It is a really simple one in buying feathers. So this method actually doesn't have any requirements. Again, just a bit of GP to actually buy the feathers. And so you will make most of your money off buying the packs of feathers from these shops. And so these packs of feathers only replenish every 60 hours, so every 2.5 days is when you can do this method, and you should make around 500k each time you do it. Now on screen now is going to be a list of the 11 different feather shops that you can buy from, and so a lot of these do have requirements, such as the Drainer Manor. This requires Ava's accumulator quest, that one completed. Fishing Guild requires a certain fishing level. Shiloh Village requires a quest, Menphos requires a quest, Oglog requires a quest, so a lot of them do have some requirements to actually enter these shops, so you guys can just pick and choose which ones you can actually do. And so another type of feather that you can actually buy and make a lot of profit off of is the Feather of Mats, and this is located right outside the Sophanum Slayer dungeon. You'll buy them for 1.5 mil for the entire stack of 1,000, and you can sell them for 1.8 mil for a solid 300k GP per day. And so the next method that we have is going to be making potion flasks. So you can do this if you do have the As a First Resort quest completed, and it will allow you to mine the red sandstone just outside Uglog. And so you can also have the elite desert tasks completed, and this will allow you to mine up to 75 red sandstone. If you do not have the elite desert tasks completed, you will only be able to mine 50 of them, which will mean you can make 50 potion flasks per day. And essentially all you will need to do for this method is mine the red sandstone. Then you'll need to head through this shortcut to the robust glass machine. This is located just right here, really quick, and then you'll be able to make the robust glass. And so you can just do this, and once the robust glass is made, you'll be able to make the potion flasks. And as you can see, the potion flasks are selling for around 6k each, and you can make at least 50 of these per day, meaning you'll get around 300k profit per day for making these. And they really don't take that long at all. Probably only 5 minutes to complete the full 50 potion flasks. You will also gain a little bit of crafting XP as well, which is always pretty nice. Anyway, this is a really great daily money making method. And so next we have divine locations. So these can also be done once per day. And what it is, it's essentially just a gathering hub that can be placed once per day by using the divination skill. You can hop on World 2 and go to the Berthorpe Bank area, and a lot of people should be spawning divine locations, so this is a nice spot to actually do this. Now, there are many different divine locations, and some are more profitable than others. So I would say probably one of the most profitable ones is the Divine Dark Amnica and the Divine Light Amnica rocks. Also, some other profitable ones include the Divine Rocktail Bubbles. Also, the Divine Herb Patches are all pretty profitable, and the Divine Box Trap is also another pretty profitable divine location as well. There's also Divine Simulacrums, which essentially just give you energy for divination. And then there's also some Divine Trees, so Divine Magic Trees. You would make a little bit, but definitely not as much as the previous divine locations that I did mention. And so another really great daily money making method is the MK Alchemiser. So preferably you guys would probably have the MK Alchemiser 2, although just the Alchemiser does work as well. So what this is, it is an invention machine that will be high alching items for you. So all you have to do is buy some rune salvage or any alchable item on the Grand Exchange and throw it in there, and it will high alch it for you automatically. So if you do have the Alchemiser MK2, you only require to charge it with the nature runes and of course the divine charges. So this one is obviously better. It will make you a little bit more profit. So this is a really good money making method because you can just toss in some rune salvage and it will high alch it for you for profit. Now currently you will be spending around 550 coins per alch by using this machine. So if you buy rune salvage, your huge rune salvage at around 39k, then you will be making 500 GP on each rune salvage alch. And so next we have selling player-owned farm animals. So essentially what this method is, it's going to be you guys breeding your animals so that you can sell them at a later date. Now this was much better before the player-owned farm nerf, but you can still make a bit of money off this. So I'm not really sure the current price dragons are selling for, but I would estimate it is right around 100, 200k. So you guys can just breed your dragons and then you can simply just sell them to players that are standing outside the player-owned farm on World 2. That is because animals that are not unchecked, they can only be sold to players by trading to them, so not on the Grand Exchange. Now, if you do have unchecked animals, you can sell them on the Grand Exchange, and you can do this from collecting your animals from Celia. And so Celia is a farmhand that you can purchase for your player-owned farm. She does collect all of the animals that come out of your breeding pen. And so as you can see on screen now, this is when I collected my dragons over a few weeks. So I did make quite a bit of money off of this. And the nice thing is you literally don't need to do anything. Just go collect your dragons whenever you feel like it. Now this is definitely not a daily money making method, but it is really passive and you can do this from time to time. Now on average, dragons take around 83 hours to breed. So just to give you guys an idea of how long you'll have to wait to actually collect a decent amount of dragons. And so now looking at our last method in this video, it is going to be flipping. And so I am not a full-on expert at flipping, but essentially what it is you're going to be buying items for the low price and selling it for a high price. And each item has a certain margin on it, which you can actually make profit off of. So as you can see, I bought this flask for 20,198 GP and I instant bought it, and then I would instantly sell this for 19,301. So taking the margin for this item, it is roughly 900 GP. So what you are going to be doing is buying it for the lower price, so the 19,301, and then I will be selling it for that higher price. And each item that I do flip, I should be making that 900 GP profit margin. And so essentially that is one type of flip. You can also flip items that are worth a lot more, which would obviously have much higher profit margins. And so as I said, I am not an expert at flipping, but I do understand it quite a bit. If you guys want to know any more information about how flipping works, there is a really good Discord server that you guys can join. It is called Flipaholics, and I will be linking the link to that in the description down below, as well as the link to my Discord server. But anyway, for Flipaholics, their Discord server, what they try and do is teach you how flipping works, and they will also teach you the basics and such. And they can also give you some help, so they can help you figure out which items are best to flip, some profit margins on some of them, and some other things like that. And overall, flipping is a really good money-making method if you are good at it. Now, it is important to know that you can lose money off this method, and even some of the more experienced players still do lose some money off some of these flips. Overall, you should make quite a bit of money off of it though. It is a pretty stable moneymaker and one of the best in the game. Anyway guys, that is it for this video. I really hope you did enjoy and you found some of these methods really helpful. Anyway guys, definitely hit that subscribe button if you are looking for more RuneScape 3 content, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.